Hey there, friends. Nettie here. I wanted to get on and talk with you guys, and more so, just speak on some downloads that I was getting. I've been getting very similar ones. The message is the same, but kind of in different ways for the longest time at this point. But I was writing about it today, and more came to light. I just want to say first, like, hey, but we learn such crazy things. We learn such crazy things around abundance and prosperity and success and wealth and riches and opulence. Everything to do with abundance, we learn really weird stuff around. I think whether you're rich or poor or middle class or however you want to look at yourself, if you aren't wealthy, or if you are monetarily, we are often tied something wild in each category. It doesn't really matter which one. Um, yeah, but I come from a background of um, impoverished. Um, I don't even. It's hard to say it that way, but I come from the mindset of poverty. I'll say it that way, just because that resonates more, because there is something so rich about the lineage that I came from still. So I don't want to rob them of that. But survival was very much a key element either way. But one of the things that I'm realizing, and Spirit is really just dealing with me on, is abundance in the way of wealth and riches and actually having money, having a lot of money. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being wealthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being rich, because I'm going to tell you something, which is Spirit has been dealing with me on. The part of your purpose, one of the largest components of your purpose, and this is everyone, is to expand, to create. By creating, you expand, and it's all a collective process. Everything is one, everything works together. We're all very different. We all have very different gifts and talents and inclinations and inspired action components that we all do to contribute to the whole, which makes perfect sense if you think about it. So, yeah, in the way of wealth and making money and having lots of money, the more money you have, the more you can do for other people, the more you can contribute to causes. Why wouldn't you need, why wouldn't you have a lot of money? Even if, so sometimes we think about wealthy people because of what we were taught to believe or conditioned to believe growing up, that wealthy people are evil and they're bad. They had to do this, and that to get to where they are. That is not always true. Not everybody acquires or gains their, well, hopefully y'all can see me good. I got this window situation going on. But not everyone gains their wealth and riches um, in the ways that we are often told that they do. But let's say they did. Let's say that they weren't the kindest or the nicest people. They are still the way they are for a reason. And they still have that measure of success for a reason. And they were still very much able to obtain that measure of success. Why? Because they believed they could. They believed that they were capable of doing so, and they did not relent. In that way, no matter how you feel about them, they are here to show you what is possible, what can be done if you believe in yourself. Literally nothing is impossible. Nothing. You can really do whatever. There are no limits except those that we put on ourselves. And that's so unfortunate for those people who even consider or esteem scripture highly. Even the scripture tells you that greater works will you do than Jesus himself. And if you think about that even more closely, everything from that point, that's the perfect lead up. All of his works, all of his actions were the example for you. And every generation from that point expanded upon all of those things. And I'll take it a little bit further to say the fact that you are capable of and have been made aware that you are God, which is also in the scriptures, and that you are capable of doing greater works than Jesus himself, um, is evidenced by everything around you. Everyone from that point forward that ever created anything did greater work than he did. He didn't ever experience any of those inventions of things that came after, not in the flesh. He experienced what he experienced, but passed the torch, in a sense, for you and for each and every one of us to continue creating. Think about that. Even if you never shared a dime with another person, you you should, um, very likely will in some capacity or another. But even if you didn't, you were supposed to expand and be abundant and live a lucrative life, an opulent life, a prosperous and abundant life, if for no other reason just to be an example that it's possible. Ain't that crazy? This message had me grinning all day from ear to ear. You hear me? Because that is an amazing thing to realize. Now, I am a humanitarian to my heart. I love people. I love to help people where I can, which is actually where this came from because I was thinking about helping somebody. Now, I am in the process of putting my own mask on first, but at the same time, I am a humanitarian. I just can't help but think of ways to help people. So yeah, this is one of the things that was made pretty well known and clear to me today, and for the last several months even. But when I was writing about it, I was like, God, I need to record on that because there's so many people that need to hear this message. There's so many of us that need to know, do your shit. Do whatever. You have not been given the desire of your heart for nothing. That came with you. That is a built-in component of who you are. That is one of the significant components to your measure of expansion in this life. That is why you won't even be able to rest until you do those things. Do all the things. It don't matter what people say. It don't matter how they feel about it. Do those things. And I promise you, every step of the way, this is the other piece of that. Every step of the way, because that desire was given to you by source, there will be a way made. There will be many ways made every step of the way to ensure that you get to where you're going, that you create all that you're supposed to create in all the ways that you are supposed to create. No hole will be left unfilled. Just think about those times where you've had a desire to do something. And even, oh my goodness, even when you just had a thought that you wanted to do something, you maybe never even said it out loud. And then there was a way made, and you're like, I didn't even say that. Like, I didn't. Your thoughts manifest in the way of prayer. Like, that's why your mental is so important. Your mental environment is so important because that dictates and cements within your heart the ways that you feel about things. And the ways that you feel about things matter the most because once that emotion is attached to it, that is where your manifestation comes from. Anyway, all that to say, go and make that money, honey, in all the ways you possibly can. I say that. You ain't got to do nothing strange for the change. But just know that it is your birthright to be abundant. You came here this way. You already worthy. You already deserving. You come like that. It's just like that. You don't have to prove nothing. It's just like that. The larger component of you is spirit, and that is the God body, that God component. Ain't that something? Mm. Go on and create. Go on and be great. Expand. Take up space. Do your thing. Make your shmoney. Till next time. Love and light.